Welcome back to another episode of Raving and Reviewing. My name is R, and this is my co-host V.
Hello, hello.
And today we are reviewing the season finale of WandaVision. And the episode is actually called the series finale.
Yep. Not as creative as all their other names, but good enough.
No, I mean, it's stuck to the TV theme.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Usually
like it. I mean, I don't
episode.
like it because it's like, oh man, we're not getting another one.
Yeah.
Or are we?
No, I think this is it. The way they ended it, it seemed like at least her origin story, I guess, as we were saying before. I think this is the end
I
of
think
that.
this definitely allows them to, in like 2023 to be like, all right, let's do another one.
Oh, you think they'll start another Wanda show?
I wanted to. Well, I mean, I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
we
was
won't have another series of like sitcom episodes.
No, I don't think
It
they're
would
going to
just be
try
real
that.
world. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a quick question though. How much did the Russo brothers have to do with like the setup and like the direction of WandaVision? Were they involved?
They said zero. They
Zero,
said they
right?
did not even know
That they were doing this.
that they were leading into this. Like this was all original by the directors, which were the same for every episode.
Okay. All right, I did not know that. So this was something that was kind of separate from a lot of the creators from the MCU, right?
I mean, I think Kevin Feige probably had an idea. It's like, all right, we're gonna go with this story. Let's hire some people that would be down to do like this plot lines.
Yeah. All right. I asked because we were watching Community, and I know the Russo brothers really had a big hand on that. So I wondered if, like, because every episode of Community kind of focused on different genres of TV, not quite different sitcoms. So I was wondering, I was like, did they have anything to do with it? Was it their idea to do different sitcoms in different eras because they've done it previously with Community in a different way?
I would love to see. I think they are doing it like a behind the scenes, the making of the ideas and pitching. Like the Mandalorian season 1 has this with Jon Favreau.
Oh, okay.
He goes over like talking with like the different directors. I only actually seen episode 1 of that, but they have like I think a few part docu-series about like going into how they pitched the show and it came out.
I see.
And like working on like a huge big budget show but for TV.
Okay. I hope they.
I think they announced that this is happening for WandaVision.
Okay, I'm excited. All right.
No.
We'll wait for that, I guess. I guess this is what we paid Disney Plus membership or subscriptions for.
Honestly, I think like for the price, it's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, I think just WandaVision alone, like that budget for that.
I think in the US.
Oh, is it?
I think it is. I mean, Netflix is now $13.
I don't pay for my. I pay for my Netflix. That's expensive.
We had the 1 year free, and then now we're paying for it. Well, I'm paying for it.
What, for Disney?
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, $6.99.
$6.95.
Did they increase the price?
They are going to next March.
Ah, I see. Okay, so we still have a year.
No, so we cancel. We're never going to cancel if there's a show coming out.
Every week? Yeah, I'm not canceling.
No, next week we don't get an episode.
That's true. Nothing next week.
No, but
I think with Mandalorian and this alone, it's like you could see what you're paying for, right? And $6.99 is nothing. Where Netflix, it's expensive. And besides those few Marvel shows I really liked, Stranger Things. Other than that, it's not really much.
I think there were several things that like Netflix had over time, but now like the streaming wars is real. Like,
yeah, I do have to say they do the documentaries the best. I have binged each and every one of them.
Netflix?
Yeah, I started a new one today about Mormons. Be interesting. Let's see.
Okay. I mean, I don't think Disney will go into that.
No, I don't think so. But they do like Making a Murderer is one of them. The Ted Bundy tapes was really good. Oh my God, that one was creepy.
I gotta watch the Zac Efron one. Did you watch the Zac Efron one?
No, I didn't watch the movie. I was creeped out enough.
Okay, I want to see that one.
I heard he did a really good job, but we are totally digressing from.
I did watch part of the Ted Bundy one while getting my haircut one day.
It was good, right?
It was interesting, and then I was like, I don't want to see this creepy stuff later.
Oh yeah, he smiled at me at the end when they sentenced him to death. It was very crazy. I did not enjoy that. It was very scary.
Okay,
Had nightmares.
Back to WandaVision.
Yes, back to WandaVision.
So what are your initial thoughts of the finale?
Okay, so I watched it twice.
Or
I
your
ended up
initial.
watching. My initial thought was like, "Oh my god, they're rushing through everything. They don't have enough beat and time to take every moment that was happening." And I'm like, "What the heck? Like, give me a moment to kind of catch up."
Mhm.
And then I think also because there's so many fan theories and so much we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for one of them to be true. No, none of them have been real so far, right?
Yeah.
Nothing was, we had Jim theories, Jimmy Woo theories, Monica theories, none of those really panned out. So it was like maybe something they'll give us, right? The other one was Doctor Strange might come.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, the directors had a state. I don't know where it came. I saw a tweet or something. A headline. The directors were like, "We're sorry. Your theories are way cooler than what we thought of," or something.
So what about you? Because I think me and you were on the same page. By the
I
way,
thought
we
it was
watched
good.
it at what, 12 at night on Friday?
Yeah, it was late.
It was very late. I was working
Long day
late.
working. Yeah.
And we always decide to watch it together so we don't spoil it for each other because Mr. R is not very good at keeping his mouth shut. So
I've been good lately.
you've been pretty good lately. But that's because I make sure you don't watch anything without me.
I did see some stuff on TikTok, and I gotta scroll. I hate that they just post it like that day. Like I saw the
people
her
get
in
excited.
the second post credit scene of her in the astral plane studying. Like
You
I
already
saw
saw
the
it?
I saw that, and I was like,
Oh.
come on. I mean, it wasn't much, but like, so.
Yeah. So that was my initial thought. Were you disappointed?
No, I thought it was a fine ending.
Yeah.
I watched it right now, like recently again today.
Yeah.
I was like, everything is rushed. They
Mhm.
sidelined so much.
So much.
I think it was a satisfying ending, but it
It was.
also was like, I didn't think of this show as an origin story, but now like this last episode's like, oh, okay, this was an origin story for Wanda,
Oh yeah.
and a
Oh, yeah.
new kind of like Vision's like, where is he going next?
That was
That's
left
the end of
and
like my biggest question at the end was like, what's going on with Vision, and less Wanda. Like I was like, all right, we know Wanda's set up for Doctor Strange too.
yeah,
James
I was
Clear.
satisfied with her like arc.
Yeah, I was like, all right, she's gonna learn to use her powers now. She's studying this book.
Right.
Vision got his new brain. It reactivated his brain, this memories, and I'm like, all right, I'm interested to see where he's gonna go next.
I have to say, I know when we first saw it, we're like, well, that's it. Vision's fixed. I have to say I did like the
Rewatching it helped.
series of when I watched it again, I was like, I liked like how they talked about the thesis of what was it? The
ship of Thesis.
The ship of Thesis. Yeah, I like the way they kind of said, "Oh, none of the ships are available." Because I remember reading about something, or I think something else I was
looked
watching.
it up. I looked it up. What is this thing? Is it a physical ship? It's I guess on Wikipedia or some one of those sites. So it's just it's an ideology of.
It's a philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy.
Or a
kind
discussion of philosophy of whether this is a real ship or not, or whatever, right?
What it's actually what they explain of like they actually talk about it as like a real ship, and I thought actually I was like, damn, these writers are clever.
Yeah, right.
I was like, these are some smart writers. Like, I would not see that come up in a movie, TV show.
I've
Like,
heard this come up in something else,
I mean, yeah, but not
but
like
I don't know where.
like in Iron Man. This is not going to come up. This is like, all right, this is a more intelligent.
Iron
like,
Man's a bunch of. I love Iron Man, but it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah.
So I watched a review of this YouTuber. I think his name is Alex Myers. I want to say.
Okay.
And he does animation on YouTube, and he watches something, and he has his little animated character. It's actually really cute. So he watched it, and he watched it because he's not a big superhero like person. He likes it. He's like, he's seen all the movies, but he's like, it's the same movie over and over again to him, which I've heard a lot of people say. I disagree, but I've heard a lot of people say that. And he's like, I watched WandaVision because I liked the fact that they were doing the sitcom stuff. And then we talked about this where we were like, we kind of enjoyed the sitcom bits a little bit more at certain points, right? Like I missed it once it was gone.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's like, after that, it was just like the regular like superhero stuff that they always have, right? As soon as the sitcom started getting done. But I think because this show was not following that traditional Marvel formula,
No,
it
not
was
at all.
able to do, like you said, you wouldn't hear this kind of conversation in Iron Man because a lot of it is just like Magnafeel and blah 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 and the
Or
time
like, I
hole
mean,
and all
Iron Man
this.
maybe you could show up, but like something like Guardians or Ant-Man. Like Guardians, they're not talking about no
They're
ship
not.
of Thesis.
They're not, because the other difference with the show is they didn't. A lot of Marvel will make sure that their form. This is just their formula. No complaints about it. I like it
No.
because it gets a giggle out of me. But it's always serious talk, punchline. Serious talk, punchline. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
They
think someone's
didn't
made a
have that
compilation
rhythm.
of that, like the setup and punchline thing.
Right. So this didn't have so much of it. It had its funny bits, right? Catherine Hahn, right? Did I get that name
That's
right?
her name.
Yeah, she is a comedian, right? She's a
No,
like comic actress. She's been in a ton of funny
Parks and
movies,
Recs,
Parks and Rec, Step
Step Brothers.
Brothers, right? So I think her role was perfect for this.
Yeah, she did a really good
She
job.
was great. I didn't like her as like a character, but I
Evil.
loved her as an actress. Yeah, Agnes was like an annoying character.
Well, I mean, she does it good enough that
Oh yeah,
that
I think
that
she
you
was
don't
meant to
like
be
her.
an annoying
She's a
character,
nosy
right?
neighbor. She's the
Right.
annoying person next to her.
So good on her because I think she was perfectly casted. I loved her.
Yeah, and it's like now, like her ending was kind of like abrupt, which we'll go into that later.
Yes.
It kind of was like well, I guess we can go into it now.
Oh, we
She
can't.
puts
Why not?
it's going. So she puts the I didn't see this. Well, I guess I don't know. You want to start from the beginning or from the end? I was gonna say after we get out of her witch.
Yes.
Wanda goes
Okay.
into her head. There's the
Yes.
witch thing. We can get back to that if you want. But once we're out of her head, and then Wanda has her, I guess like her Scarlet Witch fake crown made out of magic.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Then she starts to like throw some. I mean, her red power. She just throws her red power at her, and she's giving her power to Agatha. But at the same time, she throws like a 3-4 random ones out there. I didn't notice that because it's just like red blobs glowing. But
Yeah.
like seeing it now, it's like she did throw those runes out there. And I was like, all right, that's smart. Okay,
I did notice. I did notice.
The second time watching, I was like, okay, yeah, they clearly like did like a little specific. She threw it, and that's where the rune was like it appeared. That was really well done. And then she kind of just gives her the power and then takes it back, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Right? Did that make sense to you? Like
I didn't get it, but I guess that was what she explained, right? I'm taking as I think the runes, right? That's that she
well, like she can't
those.
use her own power. But why did she have to give her power for a second?
Maybe she was distracting her.
It could have been
until she got the setup of her own space.
Yeah.
And then she took her magic when she absorbed her magic back. I noticed that. I was like, oh, she got a little bit of purple in her red.
Yeah. I did like that she's like, oh, I learned something from you. I was like, oh, that's pretty clever. Like, oh, she learns that. But it was too soon. I was like, if that wasn't just last episode.
Yeah.
It was like 3-4 episodes ago. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the other thing we should talk about is the pacing of the whole series, right? So I think there was a couple of things that they did that made the pacing a little bit awkward because we knew, right? We calculated this wrongly, by the way. I said there was going to be 3 episodes without sitcoms. I think there was only 2, right? This one and the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one before that was the.
Oh, no, there was 3 because Monica.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Right. There was actually 3. I wasn't wrong. Well, whatever I said, I can't remember now. But I think that was the thing, right? Because a lot of the story just happened in the last 2 episodes. Don't get me wrong, they had it sprinkled throughout the show. But we talked about our unsatisfaction with the length of the episode since day 1. I wasn't happy with the fact that this was only 50 minutes. I wanted it to be at least like
actually
an hour.
Rewatching it, I was pretty happy with the length.
You were? I was not.
No, like because I was like, this is enough. I don't want to watch it. If I had to rewatch this in a whole hour, I would have been like, this is annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
rewatching
we rewatched it
like,
for
all
the
right,
podcast.
35 minutes. It's like, all right. No, I mean, if people are rewatching this for sure.
I want to rewatch it in one sitting and maybe like just get like the whole story in one go where I'm not waiting weekly, right? Like kind of binge it like I do with other shows. But with that
Yeah,
being
quick
said,
5 hours.
I think the sitcom did hinder like their whole storytelling of Marvel. With that being said, I don't want them to take it away, and I loved all the sitcom bits of it, and I think I'm gonna enjoy them even on the second run when I watch it. It's good. Those sitcoms were actually kind of funny.
Yeah, no, I think they nailed the sitcoms other
Yeah.
than missing the 90s episode.
Oh, I'm so upset about that. There
And
was
the
so
Malcolm in the Middle
many
one was
good.
okay.
It was okay, but that one was less of a sitcom and more of like all this random shit happening, right?
That was a Halloween one.
That was the Halloween one, yeah.
I mean, that was a good episode.
Yeah. Then we did. I'm getting all types of confused in what. Then the Agatha episode. No, Agatha episode happened after Malcolm in the Middle, right? Because that
So
was
the end
Modern
of that.
Family.
Oh yeah, there's. Oh,
We
yeah.
missed Modern Family, right? The end of that episode.
So 9 is this episode. 8 was just Agatha showing her
Yeah.
it was her all along. Then
Yeah.
7 must have been Modern Family.
Yes. So 8 and 9.
Yeah, so only 2 episodes without sitcoms.
Yeah, and then the one in the middle with Monica's story, right?
Yeah, okay.
So 3 episodes that were in sitcom.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back into. So we talked about Wanda, and we talked about just the end of them fighting, and that I have to say, when I first watched it, I was captivated by that scene. I think it was done like cinematically. I really liked the way it looked.
Yeah,
I know it
really
wasn't
nice.
really anything special, but like it looked like a Marvel fight. I liked it.
It was kind of generic.
It was, but I liked it. I was like, okay, I could get into this.
Because it was just like, when you watch Doctor Strange,
It's like shiny, shiny, shiny.
you see those little glyphs he makes with his arm, the little green glyphs.
Yeah.
And then it looks cool, and they're shaping the world and all this. This was kind of just like glowy purple stuff and glowy red stuff. And I'm like, all right, this is like a DC kind of like thing, but they're on a budget. And I'm like,
they're on a shorter budget. But with that said, like I think if we had to compare it to like a DC fight, this was obviously much better. And because it was like TV, I think it looked pretty good on TV.
No, it looked great. I mean, there's some areas early in the episode, I was like, this is not right. But the last fight, I was like, when they're floating there, it's definitely done really well.
Yeah,
and I think the Vision on Vision fight was pretty good.
I did. I know when we first watched it. Yeah, we're like, what the heck? This is it? Vision's fixed? But I think watching it again, like when you actually listen to what they're saying to each other, it's actually a key moment in Vision's like future stories.
Yeah.
Where, you know, they're literally, he's basically giving him his memory so Vision can come back to Wanda. So that was cool, I thought.
Yeah.
I also kind of want to go back in the beginning a little and talk about Wanda kind of coming to a realization that she is evil. I like that scene a lot. I think Elizabeth did a really good job in acting. Yeah. I think that was great, right? You really felt her guilt and like after I watched that scene, I was just like, let's say they make Wanda evil, and I've said this in the past. I was like, if they make her evil in Doctor Strange, which I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that was a rumor. I don't know where I read that, but I read that she might come as, you know, an issue in the Doctor Strange movie. I don't think I'll buy it because I feel so much sympathy towards this character now, just knowing like how much she's lost. She's lost a twin brother, which I can't even imagine, lost her parents. She's been all alone, fell in love with the guy that she had to like see die countless times.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get it. Girl, you do you. If you need to like, you know, create another hex, you find yourself. I'm okay with it. But
I mean, her at the ending when they're in the witch world, like Agatha's mind, I guess. They're in the Salem, where she was like at the Salem trials thing. She's like, I can fix your spell, and everyone will be happy, and you won't be hurting these people anymore.
Yeah.
And she could have had that happy ending.
She did, yeah.
But there would always be like someone trying to interrupt that. Like, I mean, these are people, like 70, 80 people that
she's still controlling. 2000? Yeah, I think there's more. I don't know. It's got to be in the high hundreds, if not thousands. It's a whole town.
Yeah, it's a whole town. So probably 1,000, 2,000. Yeah. I mean, they're capturing their lives, and then we saw that Agatha breaks them to like all talk to that one lady, Dottie, I think. She's like, oh, I want you to let me see my daughter. Can you write a script?
Yeah.
The blonde lady, the
The
one
blonde
that
lady,
cut her
yeah.
hand in like episode 1 or 2.
Yes.
And she's like, can you like rewrite the story that I could see my daughter even for a little bit? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That was bad. I mean, I
Mhm.
felt, and then you can really see her kind of coming to terms. And then she does. She's like, yeah. No, everybody leave. Everyone get out.
Yeah.
I'm done. Right?
Did you find like she said that and then she's
Yeah.
like, let me open the hex.
Yeah.
Then everyone ran the other way. Did you
Oh,
notice
really?
that?
I think
Or
maybe they
maybe
were just
she opened it
scared.
on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Because she
opening
opened the
all
hex.
around. It was opening all around.
Well, it was just like the one split.
No, there was 4 corners, I thought, and they were like collapsing inside each other. So I don't know,
split
maybe
on each hexagon
maybe.
corner, maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
not 4. I guess not 4 then.
6,
More
yeah.
than 6, yeah.
But
Yeah. So and
no,
then
I was because like it looked like they're all running, stay in.
maybe they just got scared that she was doing something crazy.
Yeah, who
Because I
knows?
mean, she's been controlling them, right? I didn't pay attention to where they were running. They were extras, most of them, anyway.
That was on my second viewing. I was like, where are they going?
I know. I like that Kitty had like a couple lines in this. It makes me happy anytime that lady speaks because I was like, yeah, she got paid for that. I'm happy with that. And she looked good. Someone did her makeup, did her hair. I was very happy. Yeah, it was nice. I think it was interesting to see her come to terms with it. And also that she said, I didn't do it on purpose. I know what I did was wrong.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the end when she's talking to Monica, right? And she apologizes, right? And then she's like, they're never going to see me.
Did she apologize?
She did. She apologized to Monica, not to everybody
I don't think
else.
she apologized.
Yeah, she said, I'm sorry.
I think she just said, yeah, I did what I did, and they're not going to appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
no, but
I'm leaving.
I think she says, I'm sorry to Monica. I don't know if it was about her losing her mom or what,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think it was
remember her
that.
apologizing. But like, I think it was good to kind of, and Monica was basically like, yeah, I do the same thing. And I'm like, girl, I don't think you should encourage this behavior. Don't encourage this.
I didn't like that
Yeah.
interaction at all.
I like what it was
They should
saying,
just
which
left.
was just like,
They should have just left them. Not they looked at each other. They
Yeah.
nodded, and then she just dipped.
there
Like, she
shouldn't have
had
been,
that conversation.
yeah, there shouldn't have been like, oh, I would have done the same. Because like, we get what you think about her. I don't think that needed to be explained more, but I also get why they did it because it kind of completes their story. I don't think there's going to be too much interaction between them because they're going to go into their separate arcs now. Monica's most likely going to be in Captain Marvel and Wanda is going to go into Doctor Strange. So I think I get why they did it. It's probably like a closure for these two characters talking to each other. But I also am just like, don't dignify what she did. Like, let her think that what she did was wrong. And she does think what she did was wrong, right? And
Yeah,
she
she
paid a
knows.
price for it. She did. It's just, I don't think it was necessary for her to be like, yeah, I would have bought my mom back too. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what you did was wrong, but I get it. That should have been.
Like, there was a line that I think like that said it better when like she transforms Agatha into like the nosy neighbor thing again.
Mhm.
And then Vision's like, oh, our house is broken.
Yeah.
And she's
you'll
like, I
make
know
it
you'll
right.
I know you'll make it right for us. Or you'll
But
make
not
it
for
right, but
us.
not for us.
Yeah. That was a good one.
And then she's like, yeah, not for us.
Yeah. So
That
maybe
was
next
just like
time.
and that was like the moment she's like, yeah, I can fix everyone else's lives, but
Yeah.
I gotta make sure like I help everyone and then just leave.
Yeah. I think it shows that like I don't know if after this I take away that she's a hero. Like from this 9 series episode, I don't particularly think Wanda comes out as a hero. Right? Because I mean, yeah, I get that she picked like these people over her family, as she should. That shouldn't be a hero's job. That should be a normal human being. Yeah, let's not hurt other people for our happiness because that's selfish.
Yeah.
Right? If she went through with it, then she definitely would have been a villain. But the fact that she didn't go through with it doesn't necessarily make her a hero.
Yeah.
So I liked that they kind of kept her a little vague. Like I said, I don't ever think that I get why she did the thing she did. I don't think that I'll ever buy her as a complete villain because her character is very like nuanced.
No. I mean, she didn't kill anyone.
Right. That we know of.
Yes. No, again.
This
time.
Again, this time in this story. But I also don't think she's fully there as a hero. Maybe in Doctor Strange, maybe that'll be her arc. I'd like to see her. I want her to have
So
like
what
a
I'm
movie.
thinking like I watched Ragnarok yesterday,
Hmm.
and I remember back in 2016, it was like he was the post-credit scene of some other movie where Doctor Strange appeared in Thor, the beer
Hmm.
scene, like, and then there was all those rumors like Doctor Strange going to be in Ragnarok, this and that. It's
Hmm.
like, what is he going to do there? And his scene's like literally 5 minutes long,
He's
and I'm
not in
like
there long, and
thinking,
it was a joke almost.
yeah, I mean, he just shows him where Odin is, and then
Yeah,
like he pranks Loki, and then they leave. But
that's
I'm
it.
thinking, like, what if it's the same thing for Scarlet Witch and
I'm gonna be
Doctor?
so mad.
I could see it happening. It just being
I'm
a
gonna
five
be
minute scene.
so mad. She better. I mean, she's
It,
obviously gonna have more of a story. If okay, no, I'm not gonna be so mad if she just shows up a little bit and then she has her own little movie.
yeah, I would be down for a Scarlet Witch
I
movie.
would watch. I would watch it. I think she was great, and I want more of her and Vision's closure because I am a romantic at heart,
Hmm.
and there was the perfect amount of romance in this show. I thought they had really good chemistry.
Yeah,
I liked watching them two together. It was kind of like Claire and Phil in Modern Family, where they're already married, but like,
at the ending.
in most sitcoms, it's always like, will they, won't they, like with Jim or
Yeah,
Pam. But like with Modern Family, Claire and Phil are already married.
yeah,
But it's still fun to watch them be in love. Most
yeah,
people,
yeah,
once the couple gets together, they get bored.
yeah.
But with this, it was nice. I liked seeing them interact and kind of be husband and wife, and I thought they was done really well, and they have good chemistry since the Avenger movies. So
No, I think this is the best. Like, actually, they gave them show time, like screen time, to
hmm.
actually give them depth.
Hmm.
Because I mean, you're watching Captain America: Civil War, you're not paying attention to like
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch and Vision's romance,
No,
and it's
I
like,
was.
how much screen
I
time did they
was.
really get
Not
in that movie?
much.
Not
I
much.
was,
Like
and I
Iron
didn't
Man was the
like.
main character. Like he was the
Yeah.
main.
He had Penny. Is that her name? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
Pepper. Not
Pepper.
Penny. It was Penny. Yeah, no,
Well,
I agree. They don't get enough screen time, and this is like a more obviously that was the purpose of these shows, right? They wanted to make sure
hmm
these characters that everybody loved seeing on screen. Right? Vision is definitely a good character that I think nobody really hates Vision, right? He's like
no,
all
it's great.
pure.
One thing I think about is like Vision. They say Scarlet Witch is the strongest Avenger, but Vision should be the strongest Avenger. He literally has the Spine Stone. I mean, not anymore, but
Not anymore,
why don't? Why is there never any talk about that?
because
Like
he's. I don't know. I guess he doesn't.
in the movies, they make him seem a little weak or
They
hesitant,
do, yeah.
but he's
I
all
think because he's
powerful.
easily controlled, it's hard to say that he's the most
I think he
powerful.
has the human brain where it's overthinking.
Yes, yeah.
It's hesitant to use the power.
Yeah. And he also he's more of a complicated like
Being.
he has to do everything that's right?
Hmm.
Like he's almost too pure to do anything with his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I like this one line that Agnes says about her power and how like Scarlet just doesn't have the knowledge to use it,
Yeah.
right? Scarlet Witch is, and I really like that because there's like how they always say like with great power with Spider-Man, right? Great
Yeah.
power comes great responsibility, but I think in her case is like with great power, she has the burden of finding knowledge to understand it, right? She
Or she
can't.
could ignore. She could ignore it.
She could, but then shit like this happens where she
Yeah.
controls a bunch of people and it doesn't end well when she has a family that now she can't keep,
Yeah.
essentially murdered her kids. Can we talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
Right? Her kids are now somewhere in the abyss getting tortured by not being like not existing.
They're in the hex world.
Yeah. It's that shit was complicated.
No, so I mean, I think the theories overall online were like, oh, Mephisto, Mephisto this,
Yes.
Mephisto that, Nightmare. I mean, I don't know the origins of either of these characters, or villains, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're saying like that's like the kids are like the shards of the
Demons.
demon,
Yeah. I think we talked about
and
this last time.
then I think like something that Quicksilver said was like during the Halloween episode, he's like, "You little demons," like he said demons like a few times, and it's like the little devils, demons,
No, I think he
little
called them.
devils.
Yeah. I think he called them demons once at
Well, I think
least.
the devil is the name of Mephisto. whatever it is, demon or devil, one of those.
There was a
But like,
callback to it.
I think it's like now he's, I guess, holding the kids captured.
I
So
see.
like
Okay.
that's where we're going. Where
Okay.
she's now studying the book, the evil book.
Gonna try to find her kids or whatever, right?
Yeah. So I think Doctor Strange 1 was about that other book. I don't know the name of that book.
Yeah.
But he opens that book and he's like, the first thing he's like told, don't touch that book. He touches the book, and then like he's like, hey, there was missing pages in this book,
Yeah.
and the bad guy is trying to steal that book to read the spell to open the dark dimension. So I'm sure reading this book will be like, all right, we're gonna open the devil dimension or
or the multiple universe or whatever, right?
Yeah, some kind of multiverse sort of thing.
Well, you said Quicksilver, so let's talk about that little twist.
That little disappointment.
I'm still holding out hope that they're just trying to be funny. So what ended up being your reaction to that?
Lame.
Yeah. My sister seems to think it was kind of ha funny that they hired the same actor to play Quicksilver.
I thought that
I know.
The episode where it was like, I guess it happened.
Freaking Ralph. What the hell
And
kind
I
of
was
name
like,
is that?
all right, this is just like a funny, like, haha, let's cast
It was
him.
not that funny. I was not laughing.
It blew the internet. It blew the show up. I think that itself made the show to the next level.
I like the fact that he was, dude, when he first showed up, I spilled the drink I had in my hand because I jumped up and down on my couch. Oh my God.
I usually don't scream, but I said what the fuck out loud. Like,
oh yeah,
come on. Like, that was like a shocking reveal.
It was good. And then
it was so unexpected. Like, they did
punctured the balloon and let all the air out because I was so I was deflated after watching that scene. So essentially, we find out that Ralph is just an actor who lives in Jersey. Ralph is the guy that played Quicksilver in The Hex, right? And Agatha or Agnes is controlling him.
Well, I don't think he's playing Quicksilver. I mean,
he is. She gave him the power with the bead that he was wearing, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. So it seems like right now I'm still holding out hope that there's something happening. But it seems like in this little story that he was just a fun casting. That was all it was. They got the same guy to play Quicksilver.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's
funny, but it's kind of cruel.
It's cruel because it's like you could never please a real comic fan ever.
No,
like,
I'm not a comic book fan.
I mean,
though.
like that's what they say. Like, you could never please. Like, and it's like this was a way to be like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah,
and
that
like
was
a
really
funny
mean.
Way.
Yeah,
I think it's like a pretty like. It sucks. It wasn't a multiverse reveal of like, all right, here we're doing it.
You said it was lame 5 minutes ago, bucko.
Well, it's lame that it didn't happen, but it's also like, all right.
You're tipping your hats.
No, it is lame, but it would have been cool if it did happen.
Yeah, but you're tipping your hat to the guys who hired him because you like their sense of humor, I guess.
No, yeah, no. Whoever thought of that was probably like, this
got a raise.
This is a great job, and then they definitely got the like hype of it. They were like, this X-Men character is now in Avengers universe. Like, what's going on?
He's not coming back though. I could tell he's not because the way they had his story, it seemed like he was just gonna be a resident of the Hex.
So that's another thing. So she I guess like was the end of Agatha's story is, all right, I'm gonna turn you back to the nosy neighbor. But she closed the Hex, so where's the nosy neighbor of?
I think she's still just gonna live there.
She's
gonna be deluded into thinking she's the nosy neighbor. Everyone else is free from the Hex except her.
Okay, I mean,
it can make sense.
Like a job or something, or like
her power is kind of not explained fully. I feel like it can kind of do a lot of things without there being too much explanation needed. So my guess is she kind of trapped Agnes in her own little Hex.
We should just put a spell on her.
That's pretty much. Yeah. So she's living.
I don't think of it anything like special. It's just like she's in a mind control trance spell. Same as like
what the guys the Hex.
What they did in Ultron, kind of.
Oh yes, yep. Yeah. What did you think about the scene with her in the graveyard? Did you think that was necessary? Like, I mean,
No,
I
I thought it was
know she
good.
gets her crown, which was like the cool ending.
Hmm.
Um, I was just
No, I
like,
thought that made that more of a unique fight where she
okay,
does the little like hand thing where she does an
yeah.
Ultron and she
Oh,
gets into
yeah,
her
kind of a
head,
callback again, right?
and then she actually just like the in Ultron. I don't think she's ever in people's vision. She just sees them.
Uh-huh.
This one she's actually in it and experiencing it at the same time. So she's physically like
Yeah.
in her mind. And I thought that
I
was kind of like one. If it didn't have that scene, I think if they did that in the real world, I thought it would have been like whatever. But I think it
yeah,
was cool they did that. Then
yeah.
later on, she fully. What do you think of her like actual reveal with the costume?
I loved it so much. I loved it every time I loved well, I also want to like talk about like the crown scene because that was like a big deal. Because
Hmm.
when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, like okay, Agnes is done, right? She did the little thing that she does
Yeah.
to but Tony, right? She does it to Tony
Hmm.
and
Tony,
yeah,
yeah.
so like she's done.
Just Thor and everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, she's done. And then you find out that, oh no, wait, she can actually control this and she's okay. Like she can
Hmm.
handle herself. So my instance in that was like, okay, Agnes is a little bit more powerful than I thought she was going to be.
Yeah.
I think that was a good scene to kind of show that. But of course, like later on, she was
No,
easily
she was done
defeated.
within like the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. But I thought that was good. I think it felt like the pacing there was a little bit better with Agnes because it's really hard to make her look like a menacing like villain because she just like she
No,
wasn't scary
that
or
was
she
my
wasn't
problem with her when it got revealed in episode 7. I think we were
yeah.
both just like, yeah, who
Yeah.
cares?
Kind of saw it coming,
She's
right?
not doesn't have an evil plan, doesn't
No,
have an
no,
agenda of any sort. Like same
no.
thing when she was in the little mine graveyard area. She's just
Mhm.
like, "Oh, give me my powers. I'll
Yeah.
fix your world.
Yeah. But
Let you live in this sitcom world forever." And it's like, all
I
right, so what are you gonna
I
do?
like that she had the upper hand in that situation. I think that made me believe that whether she was a scary villain or not, or
Hmm.
whether she was like I took her just a little bit more seriously from then on. And then of course she was defeated more easily towards the
Hmm.
end, like and I was okay with that too. But I did like that little twist and it gave us the moment of her getting her crown,
Hmm.
which was cool. And then going back to the question you asked me, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
I liked it in the end when she's flying out and she changes back into her
yeah,
outfit. I thought that was great. When she looks back to Westview, I thought
yeah,
that shot was great.
yeah.
Just like, yeah, I liked it. It kind of looked animated, that shot. When I
You're
watched the
flying.
second time, when she's flying out from Westview, it almost looked like half comic booky, half like
I think it's
it.
just the
It
CGI.
looked
They just
cool.
made it blurry to make it
Yeah,
cheaper.
I liked the way that looked. I thought that was cool. I liked her outfit. I was happy with that. I was happy. How about you?
No, yeah, it's great. I
Yeah,
think. I mean, it looks good. I mean, it's like it looks like her comic costume. I guess. I mean, I don't really care if it's any
I don't
different.
care
Like,
if it does.
make it
Yeah,
look cool,
yeah,
and it does.
yes, yes, it does.
Um, Now it's like, well, now when we will see more of her now.
Yes. We
Um,
also had a couple of disappointments. I was disappointed second time around too. Darcy, random. What the heck?
one's
One
that
line.
she had one line, maybe 3 seconds in the
Yes,
shot.
that's it.
I think it has to be like a filming issue.
I think so. She
Like
might be
maybe she
busy
had
with
to do
other
something
projects.
else, or maybe
Hmm.
she got corona and she had to be quarantined. Who knows?
Could
But
be. I mean, she has, I think, other projects that she was working on. This might have been more of a guest appearance, and she did a couple of episodes for them. Jimmy Woo, I was disappointed with how little he was in this too.
I think he got a good, like he got to record the agent guy,
Oh,
like
call
the
Cliff.
phone. What I mean, it was lame, but like he got to record him and be like, all right, you're gonna go to jail. My guys are coming in. Then like he does the handcuff thing,
Yeah,
takes
that
the
was it.
handcuff, he learns magic.
Mm,
I
yeah,
something.
something. He was more of a haha character anyway, just like Darcy. But
Yeah.
I I noticed that he's the only one who doesn't get to go in the hex ever. Even when like the hex opens and
Yeah.
all the guys, he's just standing in there looking out. I'm like, poor Jimmy, give him something to do, please.
Yeah.
So
Did my imagine? Did he say like, I'm? He's calling Cliff.
yes, he called Cliff. Cliff
Who's
was
Cliff?
his. It's the guys that showed up too
Was that
late.
is that the Skrull lady? Is that Cliff?
Well, I don't know if I caught that. I don't think so. They didn't
It's
say
such
what her name
like the
was.
second time, like the first time with the scientist person, and
Yeah.
then Cliff. It's like, why would they write it like that? Like so specific. Like they're gonna show you who that is.
Yeah, and they never
I didn't
do.
like that at all.
Yeah, unless it's something that they call back later. I don't know. As of now, there's confusion over who Cliff is. Maybe it's the scroll person that.
And the thing
Oh,
is,
we
they also don't. That Skrull isn't the daughter
no.
of Talos. It's generic Skrull or not generic, maybe
Yeah, it
some
just
other new
seemed like
Skrull.
yeah. So there's two end credit scenes in this episode in the series finale. One was the scroll that we're talking about, right? So Monica gets called into theater by this agent lady,
Mhm.
and they go into the theater, and then she reveals herself to be a scroll, and she says. He wants to talk to you, right? And she
Yeah,
points up. So we're assuming it's Nick Fury. I think everybody I asked has said, yeah, it's most likely Nick Fury.
yeah. I mean, either him or Talos,
Okay.
or I mean, Talos is on Earth actually. I guess.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
thinking it's Nick because it's gonna,
yeah, I
I
mean, they
think, boil
reference Nick
into.
Fury. We've heard his quotes.
Yeah, yeah,
He's getting his own show, so
yeah.
maybe we'll see her in his show then.
Ooh, I loved Monica, and they did not do her justice. Even in the last episode, there wasn't much
I
she
think she
really
was
did.
horrible in this episode.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I
I
think
don't.
they like sidelined her. Like
They
she's in the
sidelined
little
her like
room.
crazy.
She's in the little room with
Just
Quicksilver, and then she's
waiting.
like waiting. She gets, I mean, yeah, she gets his little necklace off. It's like, okay, that wasn't even a cool scene.
No,
Then she gets to like fight with the kids, and then the kids, she
nice
like
power. I
her
like
power
yours.
is absorbing bullets. I guess that's
I was
something she
so confused.
does.
I'm like, what the heck is her power? Can she just like take one for the team? Like she's just a human shield? Like Captain America's gonna start throwing her around everywhere because like I didn't understand. I'm like, this is just the point. I liked when she got her powers, right? I thought that was a
Like it looked
cool
cool. It
scene.
looked that was like the best shot of the whole show.
Agreed. I thought it was so cool. I loved her. And then it just I don't understand it. They didn't explain it enough. But I'm not gonna hold any of this against them because I know this character is gonna be important for a different movie.
It was just set up.
It was just set up, maybe not the best because we also have to understand it's Wanda's show, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not gonna,
So
Monica's not gonna take over.
right. So I'm not completely gonna bash them for it. I am disappointed, but I'm hoping my girl can do more stuff in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. He knows who continued to be a disappointment. Hayward.
I called it though. I said he's just
Well,
gonna be a random evil guy.
random generic evil guy.
Bad government guy. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I'm not holding out hope for this guy. He's not
Yeah.
gonna do anything.
And then he tries to do the line where he's like, "Oh, Jimmy Woo, if only you had more vision."
Oh, so
And he
stupid.
winks, and it's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
He's like, I like that.
It's like maybe they're making you want to like hate him.
Yeah, I did.
I don't hate him because he's a bad guy. I hate him because he's lame.
He's just stupid.
Yeah.
He's useless and pointless, really, to the
And
plot.
it's like
the military
has, like-
comes in to the Hex, right? What happens? The kids disable them.
yeah,
Like they're done in 5 minutes. We focus on the
like Wanda doesn't
military.
even care.
No, it was just so funny. I'm like, I don't. There's no point to you guys. I guess this was just to kind of build a little bit of drama, but I didn't really care much.
Yeah.
It was whatever to me.
No, I mean, I think I don't think there's much else. I mean, there's I don't. I
Are we
think that
missing
covers the
anything big?
cast. Like cast wise, like that's everyone.
Yes. I think we got like the main storylines. We didn't talk about the last, absolute last end credit scene.
I
Was
guess
that
it's
Iron Man's
projection.
cabin? It looked like it.
No, not
No,
at all.
okay, all right.
That was somewhere deep in like
In
the
the
mountains. Yeah.
It was so pretty.
Oh yeah, I was like, I wonder if they
God,
actually
this is
filmed
gorgeous.
there, or someone just
definitely
droned there, and then they added a cabin in.
Yes, I think that's what happened. I like that there was two of hers characters roaming around. So like one of them is making tea, and the other one's reading the book, and she's like in her state. Kind of
That's
looked
a
like a
Doctor
Hindu
Strange
god.
thing.
Not sorry to bring that up again, but she kind of looked like one
Yeah.
of the Hindu
Yeah.
like
Yeah. For sure.
women gods. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm scared. I'm gonna bow down to you. It was good. I liked it.
No, I mean, it was very like basic. It only was like, all right,
Like 30
she's learning
seconds.
from the wrong. She's learning from the wrong book.
Yeah. She's gonna
It's
open
like
all
she's
the wrong
learning the
shit.
bad things,
Yeah. But
and
she's doing
then
it for her kids.
yeah, you hear
So
that the kids are screaming for help.
I'm okay with that. Sometimes you gotta be bad to have. Well, I guess that was her whole arc in the show.
I mean,
Um,
the sad thing is, it's like you're just gonna hear like she's gonna suffer more because those kids are not gonna last.
no, I felt her pain when she was saying. The other thing is like she towards the end when she decides, right? So
Hmm.
at the end she does decide to remove the hex and bring everyone back to normal and lose her house, lose Vision,
Hmm.
and lose her kids. So in the end, I like the scene when they put them into bed like you would in a normal sitcom,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
There's always a scene where Uncle Jesse is singing to Michelle, right? So it kind of
Hmm.
felt like that scene, and she's saying goodnight, and they're kind of like, I saw them hold hands and kind of switch to the other kid. I thought that was really cute. And then,
Oh, man.
yeah, go ahead.
That's the one thing we missed. What did you think about? I see we're getting to that, but what did you think of what Vision really is?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna get to that for sure.
Okay.
But I like how she's like, thanks for choosing me to be your mom, and I think that's gonna come back. And I think because they chose her to be her mom.
I think that's
Your mom.
where the issue is. It's like they chose her, so like
Hmm.
someone sent them.
Yes, I know, but she's still a mom. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't matter. She's a
she's
mom
been a
through and
mom for
through.
7 days.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Moms are very special and important, and she was a good mom, even for 7 days. But I like how she said that. I thought it was cute. But then, yeah, towards the end, right, she's saying goodbye to Vision.
Hmm.
I actually am satisfied with the explanation. I'm okay with it. It's not really a clear explanation. It was just like, oh, you're my hope, you're my
Hmm.
fear. It's kind of like metaphoric
Hmm.
almost. And yeah, you kind of say, oh, like she manifested him from
The Mind
the
Stone.
stone. But I'm like, this was like literally a guy who was thinking and doing everything himself without her. There was
Yeah.
a lot unexplained, but I'm satisfied. I think this is probably the best we're gonna get. I think he's gonna be a confusing character. I'm gonna take him as like the end of Endgame. Spoiler alert: when Captain America comes back, and he kind of
Hmm.
his coming back and looking this old kind of like undoes a lot of the time stuff that they explained, at least
Yeah.
in my head. And I pondered over that for days. I'm not going to do that with Vision. I think I'm okay with him kind of just being a manifestation of her hope, fear, and everything she says in between. And, my love and all that jazz. And I'm okay with it. There's another Vision we have to worry about now. So this one can kind of take rest.
I think this is like time travel nonsense to think about, and it doesn't really matter because it doesn't make sense anyway.
Yeah. No matter what.
We wonder like, is the Mind Stone still exist? I saw somewhere say that when Captain America takes it all back
Yeah.
and then returns them to their original spots, they back in like 2018 they're destroyed again by Thanos, so they don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the Mind Stone is destroyed as
Yeah.
of this current day,
Mm-hmm.
and only I guess some
Some remnants
essence of it
yeah, in
remains
her,
within
right?
her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess maybe because she's as powerful as she is, she's able to
Hmm.
manifest it into a
Yeah.
living, breathing, wires. What did she say? Limbs and
Blood,
wires,
bone,
right?
and wires.
Wires, right? So she's somehow manifested this conscious
She's like my
being,
memories made into,
reality, or
yeah, or
something
Vision
like
says.
that.
I did
Yeah,
like the way the Vision explained. Like she
yeah,
said her way. The
yeah.
Vision's like, one, I was just the AI, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was the actual body. Now I'm just a memory.
Made real.
I
Memory made real.
memory made real. I
Yeah,
wonder what I'll be next. I really like that.
yeah, yeah. They did
Because
that. That explained
because
Vision.
Wanda doesn't know what happened to White Vision. Like,
Yeah, he's kind of playing the I'm not gonna tell you shit. I gotta stop
I mean,
saying that.
maybe he's like he's surprising her later and be like, I'm back. He's gonna show up in the
Like,
mountains.
she'd be so happy. She'd be like, "You're going nowhere now. Sit at home. She's gonna like trap him into another hex so he doesn't leave. No, but I also like that scene. It was like he turns a light on and he's like, I want to say like look at your face when I say goodbye. I was like I said, I'm a romantic at heart, so I thought they were
What did you think of that
so
line when
cute.
he's like, "You can't say goodbyes in the dark"? I
Yeah,
read
that's
that
the
somewhere,
when
and
he's
she's
like,
like,
yeah.
"You didn't read
He's like,
that."
you didn't read that. He's like, I know. She's like,
I mean,
I
maybe
know what you read and not read. I created you. I am your mother. Ew.
it's kind of weird.
I take that back. I take that back.
The memory,
I ruined
not
it for
muscle.
myself. Ugh. Yeah, so I liked it. I think I do like them two together.
No,
They're
they're
my
good.
Jim and Pam, even though they didn't want to be my Jim and Pam. They're my Claire and Phil, I guess. I think
Yeah.
they're. I'm kind of glad now that I
They get
think about
divorced in
it.
season 11, 10.
Who?
Bill and Claire.
They do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I'm just joking. They don't.
Oh my God! Stop! I haven't watched all of it.
No, they're together at the end.
Oh, thank God. You gave me a heart attack. If they got divorced, I am never getting married. That's it. It's done. That's not happening. If they can't make it, no one else can. No, but
Yeah.
it was. I think it was a satisfying ending. Not all of the pieces, but most of the important ones. And I think it set up some important stuff for the next one. Some characters that I look forward to seeing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Vision. I'm excited for him to come back. Wanda, excited for her arc going forward, and Monica, so excited for Monica. I really loved her. I think up until the end, she really was the star for me.
Yeah.
And then I think Wanda stole that crown in the last one, and I have to say
I mean,
the
she
one
deserved it.
she deserved. Oh yeah, she literally stole the crown, right? That's when she got
Mhm.
her crown. So she definitely deserved it. I think one thing that throughout the whole show, I have to say, I'm really picky when it comes to like female characters. Like
Mhm.
I feel like not a lot of them are written well, and that was
Mhm.
my issue with Captain Marvel. Right, I think she
Yeah.
wasn't written as like a full blown like dynamic character.
Mhm.
I think the show did a really, really good job with writing nuanced characters, right?
Yeah.
Even Monica, as little as she was, right? I feel like you can see some of the things that could go wrong for her because of the way her character is, right? Like you could clearly tell she's holding a grudge against Captain Marvel. She has pain over her losing her mom, right? And she kind of seems naive where she doesn't want to see the evil in anyone,
Yeah.
and those could be good and bad qualities, but I think it's a more rounded character for me, and I think they could do a lot with it. I hope they don't mess her up. I hope they don't make her into like someone who can do everything and anything.
Yeah. So I
She
I
could do.
think like that issue with Captain Marvel is we haven't seen her enough yet. Like we got
Yeah,
her origin story, which was like okay movie,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
like she was barely in Endgame.
yeah. And but the thing is,
But like
anytime she was on screen, they just made her seem like she was not cocky. I don't know what the word for it is, but
I
like,
compare her to like Thor in Thor 1.
oh, he
He's all
wasn't that
powerful.
bad.
No, no, not bad.
Yeah,
As a way of like he's an all powerful character and he could
yeah.
do anything.
Yes, but he
Um,
learns that he can't. That's the difference between
but
the two
like
characters.
that's something that like Thor 1 did way better than Captain Marvel.
Right.
Like
Right.
he lost his power for a while and then
Right.
he had to regain it. She
He
just like gets it and then she's powerful and it's
he
like
has a journey that he goes through,
yeah,
and I
she
think
doesn't
that
have
was
that.
my problem with Marvel is she didn't really have like a strong journey. I think they kind of gypped her in actually giving
I
her
mean her
like a
brain was
backstory.
memory was wiped or something.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, you just have to use your powers." I don't know. I fell asleep halfway through, so I can't even give you the full explanation. But I know the problem was that I didn't care about her. That was my problem
Yeah,
because
there's
I'm like,
they
she's
haven't given
fine.
us a reason to care.
Yeah. With me, like with Monica, I liked her. You kind of saw her
Hmm.
backstory. You see a little bit of her flaws. So she's not on in the show a whole lot when you really watch it, but you can see like that she's gonna be a more rounded character. And then of course Wanda. My God, like that lady's got to be one of my favorite female heroes after WandaVision because
Oh yeah, she did great. I think
so God, yeah.
like
So
I'm
complicated.
thinking like any other female characters, only Black Widow and her. But I mean now
Yeah,
I think like I'd consider Jessica Jones like that Netflix show.
she was good
Like
too.
she's the
She's one
only
of my
one that
favorites
had a
too.
real like
Yes.
like story that like you'd care for that,
You cared,
and
and
she
both
made
season
it
1 and 2.
believable. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and everybody, like, I know when we watched Jessica Jones and you're like, oh, well, she just killed him so easily. And I was like, yes, but that was the point. She had to
Hmm.
do so much to get to this point.
Yeah.
And it became easy because there was a lot. She was an alcoholic.
Hmm.
She was beating people up. She was a mess and a half. But it was
Hmm.
fun to see her get to the journey. And she's really like, she was a nuanced character, but I think Wanda in my book is even better,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because her story was tied to just a whole bunch of complication with loss and then just giving up. Can you imagine giving up your entire family because you did something evil that you didn't even realize?
Hmm.
Right. I think it was really good, and I think Elizabeth Olsen did a great job. Her acting was marvelous. So
Yeah, I mean, I
that's
think
something.
everyone's like saying like the show's theme is grief,
Oh
the
my god,
dealing
yeah.
with grief, and like the
Hmm.
5 stages of whatever depression.
Yes, and I see that now
And
for
then like they're
sure.
saying like the last episode was like her acceptance,
Acceptance. Yep.
like that her leaving Westview,
Hmm.
and it's like, all right, I gotta isolate myself and
Yeah.
figure out these powers.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the burden of knowledge is now on her, right? She cannot do this again, because if she does, she's no longer good, right?
Well,
I'll
that's what
excuse
we're
her
gonna find
always,
out.
but
She's gonna do it again
I know,
to get her kids back.
to get her kids back. I know, I know. And like I said, but you have it's kind of like Wilson Fisk in
Hmm.
you remember when we were watching it, I was just like, I like this guy.
Yeah,
Like, they made him likable. I understand his backstory. I understand what he's been through. I want him to win.
yeah.
Like, in I mean, I am glad he didn't, because obviously what he was doing was evil, but I felt bad for him. So I kind of have the same kind of attachment to Wanda, I think, now, where I'm just like, even if she turns evil, I don't think I'm gonna care.
No,
I
I
think
mean,
I'm gonna root for her just a little bit.
oh yeah, for sure. And then there was the line, I think Agatha says in the beginning, it's like, oh, your power is stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme.
She's
And it's
strong.
like, okay, so who is the Sorcerer Supreme? That's Doctor Strange.
Really?
Well, I mean, he
I
gets the
guess.
title eventually, but the
Oh, I
bald
did
lady,
not
the
know that.
ancient one, is the Sorcerer Supreme, and she died. So the next in
Oh,
line
that's right.
is Doctor
It's gonna
Strange.
be strange. Yeah, that's right.
So he's probably studying to become that,
And she's
and
gonna be
she's
like,
stronger than
nah.
him. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, then Wanda enters the chat, and he's like, it's not me no more. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see. I think they ended it well. Things obviously they could have done better. A little bit disappointments and a couple of big things, but
Hmm.
overall, I think what they were trying to do with Wanda, the character, was good. The setup with Vision coming up is going to be good, and hopefully Monica will have more to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm good. I don't think there's anything I missed or anything I just wanted to in the end just say that I really
Hmm.
liked Wanda as a character, and I think this is how female like superheroes or villains, I guess in this case, possibly should be written.
Yeah. What was your favorite episode?
Favorite episode. It's definitely not this one, I'll say that. I think it was the 80s episode. Yeah. Yeah. Just
Which
for
is
the end. Huh?
oh the Quicksilver reveal.
Yes, the
Yeah, I was
Quicksilver
gonna say the
reveal.
same
I
thing.
loved
I
Vision.
think that hype itself was just
It's
like, all
so
right,
good. It's so good.
yeah. I think like nothing beats that. I
who
was like,
was
man, this
who
is the
was your
first
favorite
show we're getting.
character? I mean, Wanda aside.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
good
other
as
than the
Malcolm
last
in the Middle
episode,
too.
other than the last episode, he was great.
I think for me, Wanda aside, I think Monica. Monica was my favorite. I really liked her. I know they ruined her, or not ruined her, but I don't think they gave her much
I
to
think
do.
Vision, when he's the human form and he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, the long hair.
In the 80s.
Yeah, that's
That's
I was
gold
like, we
for you.
need like a whole season of that.
Just him wearing that wig. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that. Yeah, I think he was the best in the 80s episode too. I agree with that.
that sweater, a polo, whatever he was wearing,
I
the
don't know,
sweater,
but he
right?
reminded me
He
of
looked
my
good.
father, so I was just like, "You're good, Vision. You fit the father role perfectly." What was your least favorite thing they did?
Yes.
Was it Quicksilver.
Yeah.
What's your least and your favorite thing? Because
No, my least favorite thing has to be Hayward.
yeah, you took that a
Disappointment.
little personally because you had a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah.
theories.
Because I mean, they could have done he's Ultron, and I did like when the
Yeah.
first time he speaks White Vision,
Yeah.
he has a super robotic voice, and I thought it was James Spader.
Yeah, you texted me. I was like,
So
I'm not hearing it.
I mean, I rewinded it like 2 times this time just to make sure
It wasn't him.
it wasn't him.
No, I heard it the second time around. It wasn't him. No. Yeah, that was disappointing. My least favorite thing, I think the fact that they didn't do a 90s episode. I think that's got to be the one thing that they missed out on.
I
That's
wonder
got to be a
why
big
why
one
they
for me.
went with that.
I don't
The
know.
timing thing, filming thing.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. I don't know. Maybe Corona interrupted them in any way. I don't know how long ago they started filming, but it was a disappointment. I was excited. We were excited for some of the stuff that we thought they were going to do.
Episode was good. I mean, that was the Halloween episode, so it was fine.
It was fine, I suppose.
I wish we got the Office episode instead of just Office theme.
Yeah, the theme song. Yeah, that was a bit disappointing too. But I don't think it was the biggest one because I liked her as Claire. I didn't.
Yeah, you said you didn't like her as Claire last
I was gonna say, I was like, I liked her as Claire because I would rather her not do like a Pam because it wouldn't have worked. It's just not in her character.
No. Agatha would have been Pam.
No, that wouldn't have worked.
Agatha, the Catherine Hahn auditioned as Pam.
No.
Originally. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I think there's like the scene, like the audition tapes. I think she did.
I don't see her as Pam whatsoever. I guess that's why she didn't get hired.
Yeah.
But I like her as an actress, regardless.
She could have been Angela. No.
Oh my God, yeah. Or Meredith, actually.
Yeah, either.
I could see her as a Meredith. Yeah, but either way, I think my least favorite was that they didn't do 90s, and yeah, I guess the Office thing, but we'll get them.
They did the some whatever reference. Yeah, I mean not too many. Just once for like a first Disney Plus show, MCU related. Like it's good.
That's good. I'm excited for more. I think do think
it set expectations.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be better. I do think that.
Better?
I think it's going to be better.
I feel like this one I had to think a lot. A lot of like this theory, that theory. I feel like we're not going to get as much next time.
You think it's going to be like more of a straightforward, like...
I mean, Winter Soldier was so good. And it's pretty straightforward. There's some twists like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Nick Fury has his eye revealed. And it's like, what kind of twist are we going to get here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I'm excited for this one. I'm going to watch Winter Soldier soon too, because I want to do all the Bucky stories. So I guess I'll watch Civil War again too.
I'll watch
I
all
just
three.
Recently saw it. Yeah, we might as well watch all three. I don't like the first one. It's so boring. I'll just read about the first one and then I'll watch the other two. Or you watch it for me, then text me a summary, then I'll know.
Okay, will do.
I watched the first one. It wasn't good.
No, yeah. I mean, we have 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Let's do it.
We'll do a review.
We could do a review next week. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to finish all three with school and work.
No, not all three, just one of them.
We could do Winter Soldier next. Let's do that one. I'm excited to watch.
One episode. Winter Soldier before
a special
R&R.
Our special R&R. I'm down for this. Let's do it.
Gonna think of any other movies?
You don't want to watch a Winter Soldier?
No, it's great. It's probably like the best MCU movie there is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, top tier.
Top tier. I agree.
I'm more excited for Loki, honestly.
I haven't I'm excited for that. After watching Avengers, like I hadn't watched Avengers in so long, and then I watched it, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the best movie I've ever seen. I was so into it. It's so good.
No, I feel like it's dated in some parts.
It is, but I didn't care. I did not care.
I think that holds it back for me. But watching Ragnarok, Loki comes into his own. Like,
oh, he's so
like
good
he's
in that movie.
there. Like
another complex character. I thought they do.
I watched Infinity War on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah,
whole thing straight in one sitting. Didn't do any work that day. And I'm like, man, Loki dies in the first 5 minutes. It was
he
great.
Always
like,
dies.
Yeah, I mean, he dies so many times.
He just kills him. Him and Vision are the two people just taking turns dying.
Yeah, no, but they do. What's his actor's name?
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, that's great.
I got all the man's names if you need them.
Yeah.
Just ask me. I got them for you.
I was like, see Loki. I'm like, man, I gotta grow my hair long like that. Doesn't work in season 1.
Okay.
I mean, Thor episode 1.
Yeah, it works for him.
No, Thor episode the Thor 1. His hair is awful, and then he grows it. Yeah, and then like it grows longer over each time you see him.
It looks good in Ragnarok.
Yeah, it gets better. Yeah, he looks much better in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Than Thor 1. But no, his show should be exciting. I don't know if that's 6 episodes, 9 episodes. They're saying Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be like a 7-hour movie.
Oh, wow. Shit. Mm.
So some episodes may be longer than an hour.
I hope so.
I hope 6-hour movie is probably 6 hours sounds right.
Oh, okay. So everything's going to be an hour.
I hope so. Let's not be disappointed.
If it's 30 minutes, I'm turning it off. And I'm like, I'll see you again in a week or in whatever, 6 weeks. I can't do this. This was the worst part of the show. And I know I said later that I was okay with waiting because like I had all these theories and blah, 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 blah. No, I take it back. I want to binge it.
Would you be less... I mean, would you be more satisfied if you didn't have time to think all these theories?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
I can think while I watch. I can think while I watch. I'll have the theories for the next episode as I watch the first episode. That's what I do. I don't know. I'm just a binger. I just sit and binge.
I mean, I think of it as like Daredevil, Jessica Jones. Like I didn't think about it. It's like that weekend was dedicated to watching that.
Yeah, but I had theories as I watched it. I soaked everything in, and then when I watched it again, I was like, I don't remember any of this. When I watched Daredevil the second time, I was like, what? This happened? I do agree. I think WandaVision, I watched all the episodes. I watched more than once.
Yeah.
Except the first 2, I think I watched everything more than once.
Yeah, I think I've seen them all twice.
Yeah. So, all right. I have nothing else.
No, I have nothing else either.
Are we doing the special next week on Winter Soldier?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, I'm down. All right,
I'm down.
We have a commitment from RNV. Next week, we're coming back with the Winter Soldier special because we're excited.
And Winter Soldier.
That's right. All right, we'll see you again next time.